What's up YouTube, it's Gengar here, and today we'll be talking about some possible tier changes for some of the Pokemon that got buffed and nerfed in the Pokemon Sun and Moon transfer. Alright, so first we're going to talk about Darkrai. Obviously right now he's in Ubers with his nerf to Dark Void, however, now going down to 50% accuracy. Most likely Dark Void will not be used, at least anywhere close to as often, and it really won't be viable, because if you miss half the time, that goes the whole Darkrai Pokemon setup, it's gone. So people are talking about maybe moving down to OU. However, I think in OU there's a lot of things that counter it, between Breloom, Azumarill, Conkeldurr. There's a lot of things that have like fighting type priority moves, and a lot of things that can either abuse it. And I think that even though it loses Dark Void, it still has Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, Focus Blast. It can still run a decent Choice Specs or Focus Sash set in Ubers. I think it has better matchups in Ubers still than what it has in OU. So I think Darkrai's going to stay in Ubers. Maybe not, they won't do as well as it used to. However, I think it'll do worse in OU. It doesn't really have a niche to go in there, and it won't go to UU. There's no way you can put that in underused. It'll just be way too strong. Where its sweeping stats is like above 130 in special attack and like 108 speed. You can't have something like that down in UU. So I think Darkrai's going to stay in Ubers. He can't really go down below. It's either, like in OU, there's too many things that counter him. I think in Ubers, he won't be as bad as people are saying he's going to be. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some of the weather-bringing Pokemon, Pelipper, Torkoal, Gigalith, the three things that can now summon weather. These things are all in PU right now, and I could see some more possible usage in higher tiers. However, I think they are outclassed by the Pokemon that already summon weather. Pelipper, well, it has some niche use using Tailwind and Hurricane in the rain. I still think Politude's going to outclass it for any possible rain teams. I just don't think. I think the typing's really bad. We're trying to tweak to electric. You're weak to rock now. Pure water is really good typing for Politude, what it needs to do. And it also has the rest that it can run, so it can last a lot longer. Obviously, you can run Roost on Pelipper, so it's kind of a trade-off. I still think that Pelipper's might go up to NU. I think that, however, it'll have some usage in OU, but it won't be enough to really bump it up there. Torkoal, PU, obviously. Now he brings Drought. He has a nice niche with his Shell Smash set, however that doesn't really necessarily work that much better with the Sun. I mean, now he can run Overheat and just swap out, maybe like a not Choice Scarf set, like a Choice Spec set on him. I don't know, I'm just kind of throwing some things around here for him. He just doesn't have the typing for a good wall, it doesn't have reliable recovery. It's going to be kind of hard to choose, and him over Charizard Y or even Ninetales even, I think there's two much better, especially for an offensive team that Sun teams need to be. Sun teams aren't really defensive. Gigalith, obviously in PU right now as well. I could definitely see him shifting up a tier or two. You could use that in addition to Hippowdon. They're not the same type, which is really nice, and he gets the buff from the special defense increase in Sand. So I definitely could see Gigalith out of the three, most likely the one to go up a few tiers. I could maybe see him in NU, maybe even RU. We'll see what he can do. He can set up Stealth Rocks. He has a multifunctional person.
Alright, up next we got Illumise. It's in PU right now, but it gained 20 defense and 10 special defense. Much needed buff for this Pokemon. Obviously it relies on its Prankster abilities, and it's more of a defensive mon, kind of hacks and stuff with Paralysis and Taunt. And I can also set up Tail Glow, but I might be able to do that more and more effectively now that it can survive more than a hit. I could see it going up to NU. There's a lot of grass types in there you can set up on against. Yeah, I really think that the Illumise is going to benefit a lot from this. It probably won't go up to RU, it just doesn't have the stats still, and its typing's pretty bad. But I think it could definitely go up to NU and do some damage in there. Up next we got Marcargo. Marcargo's currently in PU, gained some HP and special attack, I think like 10 in each. Not enough to really make it raise any of its like into a different tier. It's still going to be PU. Its typing's just so bad. It just can't do too much. And yeah, if it were to change its typing to like something else besides Fire Rock, or maybe a different ability, something so it's not 4 times weak to ground, weak to water, weak to fighting. Those are three really very common attacking types. It's just not much you can really set up anything on. Not that it really sets up anything. I think it sets up curses, but it's a special attack, so I don't really know. Marcargo doesn't really have much going for him. He's still basically just going to be a Stealth Rock setter in PU, and a very bad one at that. Mantine received a huge buff. Access to Roost is obviously its biggest thing, and also 20 more HP. I could definitely see this thing increasing from NU to RU. That 20 more HP in Roost is going to make it so much better of a wall, especially a special wall. Run leftovers and try to stall stuff out. You can still use your Rest Sleep Talk set, although now you don't have to rely on that. You can rely on Roost. You won't have to rely on Sleep Talk activating the right move. So I think this thing's definitely going to increase. I could see on a rain team even, It probably gets access to Hurricane. You get Surf, Ice Beam, Roost, and then maybe it gets Calm Mind. I don't know. You could run some other coverage move maybe too. That's definitely a big plus for Mantine. I definitely see it moving up from NU to RU. Okay, up next we got the 3 dogs ability changes. They're losing all their absorb abilities, and I think they're getting pressure. Yeah, I think they're getting pressure instead. So that's obviously a huge nerf to all 3 of them, especially Entei, who relies on getting that flash fire boost for his fire stab moves. Suicune never really relied on it too much. It can still switch into water type attacks really easily. Raikou, it kind of sucks. I know you kind of absorbed a lot of electric type moves for Pokemon. I know you couldn't really deal with that in your water types or flying types. It's not the end of the world though. Like, their main roles aren't really that affected by it. They're not getting stat nerfed, anything like that. Pokemon who is though is Gengar. Gengar obviously loses his ability in Levitate, and Destiny Bond got nerfed. I don't think it's the end of the world for Levitate nerf, because there's only so many things that could already hit it with Earthquake and OU, between Hydreigon, Excadrill. There's already people with Mold Breaker who could already hit it. Now, like stuff like Landorus can hit it with Earthquake, so it's not the end of the world. Stuff like T-Tar already had Crunch for it. I don't think that nerf is as big as people are making it out to be. Gengar is definitely going to stay in OU. No way. The reason it lost its ability is not the reason why it's going to drop down. Obviously, got a nerf on Destiny Bond. Can't spam it. It's like Protect now. That kind of sucks. But most Gengar sets didn't really run Destiny Bond anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, up next we got the Sucker Punch nerf. Sucker Punch nerf obviously sucks for a lot of Pokemon in all tiers, like something from Bisharp all the way down to lower tiers, like Dugtrio. I guess Dugtrio is probably going to be OU now, but like there's Pokemon on every tier he uses Sucker Punch. I don't think it's going to change any like one individual Pokemon. It's going to make a lot of like things that would have been 2-hit KOs and 3-hit KOs, or 1-hit KOs and stuff is weakened into 2-hit KOs. That loss of 10 base power really sucks. People don't realize it, but that's going to definitely affect some damage calcs. Some stuff might be a little bit more viable now. Slowbro's obviously going to appreciate it. Anything that's weak to Sucker Punch is going to appreciate this. Overall, I think it's a much needed change. Sucker Punch is such a kind of an easy button to press. Obviously to protect in case you're going for like a status or a switch. But when you're fighting like a sweeper, it's such an easy move to check to, and it can get you a lot of kills. So I'm kind of glad it's getting nerfed personally. And the last one I'm going to talk about today is Talonflame. Obviously, he got his Gale Wings nerf. Now, Gale Wings will only work when at full health, which is obviously very detrimental to Talonflame. Basically, increments the amount that Stealth Rock's effect has on him. He's already pretty weak to Stealth Rocks, and now the fact that once he switches in with Stealth Rocks active, you lose your Gale Wings ability. It's not that big of a deal because he's still pretty fast, but now you have to run a Speed Nature before you can probably get away with running Inanimate, which would help boost his kind of mediocre attack. You're going to have to run a Rapid Spinner with him now. I still think he could. I really don't see him in UU, but I think he'll have some suffrage with his usage in OU. But we'll see if he actually drops down to UU. That'd be really cool to see Talonflame in there. There's still some things that beat him, but he'll be a good check to Heracross then. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to be having for you guys today. There's a lot of other Pokemon you can talk about in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the new Alolan forms, any other changes, buffs, nerfs to abilities, people, the Pixel nerf. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below, and as always guys, have a great day.